All right, so we got big news coming out of Jacksonville. The former Atlanta Falcons receiver who placed a bet on the Falcons while he was playing for the Falcons to win. Super confidence on his team. Calvin Ridley has now been reinstated ever since February 15th. We all know what happened with him. So essentially, Calvin Ridley placed a 1,500. Pretty much he admitted to placing bets totaling in 1,500 to pretty much bet on the Falcons to win while he was playing for the Falcons. So he bet on himself. Um, Interesting. Maybe they should look at if you place a bet on yourself for them not to suspend you. If you place a bet, you and your team, you have confidence. But hey, betting is betting. It's not allowed in the NFL. You can't play your parlays or whatever. You gambling addicts who don't watch the game, you guys just love betting. You can't do it. But he was very, very responsible. Very responsible, very forgiving. He took responsibility for it. So he pretty much went on to say today's reinstate. He said, hold on. He said today's reinstatement by the NFL brings an end to a challenging chapter of my professional career, one that was self-inflicted and began with an isolated lapse in judgment. I've always owned my mistakes, and this is no different. I have great respect for the game and excited for bringing the opportunity to restart my career in Jacksonville. I look forward to showing my new coaches, teammates, and entire Jaguars organization exactly who I am and what I present as a player and person. Uh, um, just having Calvin Ridley in that offense is even more scary. I think Calvin Ridley, when he left the game, he was one of the top receivers, coming out of Alabama. I mean, he was virtually unguardable. His numbers were, looking at his numbers back before he came. Let me see. Before he was suspended, his numbers, he had 800 yards, and 1,300 yards, and 9 touchdowns a year before he got suspended. He's still young. He's only 28. He has a lot of juice left in him. So I do believe that he's going to be a tough part. He saved his body. He saved his body for a whole year. So for him, the sky is the roof. And now his contract now. So this is interesting. So the Jaguars trade for Ridley on November 1st, saying the Falcons a 2023 fifth-round pick and a conditional fourth-round pick in 2024 that could rise as high as a second-round pick if the Jaguars sign Ridley to an extension. Ridley now will be paid a guarantee of pretty much $11 million in 2023 as a fifth-year option from the rookie deal with the Falcons he signed. So this is pretty much a contract year for Calvin Ridley. So I would definitely suspect him to come out guns blazing. Guns blazing. Just coming out like a dog. He hasn't played a football game since October 21st, 2021, when he left the Falcons. During that time period, he was trying to figure some things out. I think that they were working out something as far as contract negotiations anyway when they traded him. That receiving core now is dangerous. You have Christian Kirk, who's on a 4-year, $72 million, $37 million guaranteed contract. Zay Jones, 3 years, $24 million, $14 million guaranteed. Evan Ingram, who we just mentioned, who's franchise tagged. You have legit. You have one of the best coaches I believe in the game, and legit quarterback who's I want him to prove me wrong. Who's slowly, winning some games, maybe proving me wrong. As far as his trajectory in the NFL, and Trevor Lawrence, and you have a solid, I think, one of the best defenses in the game. We'll see what happens. We'll end it with this. Pretty much, Calvin really tweeted. He said, "Lord knows how excited I am, I am to be staying in Jax. Hopefully, we can get a long-term deal done soon." So, I expect that to happen. Happy to see Calvin really back. Love watching him play. He's one of the true students of the game when it comes to route creativity, when it comes to finding spots in the zone. I love watching Ridley play, and we'll see what happens with Ridley and the Jacksonville Jaguars next year.